contemporary understanding of emotions and emotional behavior. Can you give us a prospect of this lecture too?
Yes, you know, the discussion of emotions has really rippled through many different communities involved in behavior and behavior change. There is in psychology a long-standing account of emotions that new neuroscience and contemporary behavior analysis are now suggesting is not the best account, the most practical or useful account for helping people and animals. And so again, I hope to connect the dots between or among species and describe this new account. The new account from a neuroscience perspective is that we're born with a basic affect, it's called. We could give it any label. It's just a name to describe the idea that we're born with the ability to perceive or to reflect from our experiences intensity, called arousal, and also to experience valence, which is valence meaning value, balance, positive value or negative value, and that these two continuums can join together to have us experience interacting with the environment according to high intensity or high arousal and low intensity or low arousal, calm. At the same time, we experience positive or negative value, and those come together to create the emotional experience that our brain and body perceives. And that beyond that basic affect of these two dimensions, the rest is learning. That we learn to label the different placement on those two continua with different words based on the context in which we experience it. So we may experience a similar intensity and negative value in the dentist office, but we would experience a high intensity positive value at a birthday party, right? And that we label one with one word, anxiety or fear. We label the other one excitement and joy. And what's really different is not so much what we experience in our bodies perceptually, but the context in which we're experiencing those feelings. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And then from a behavior analysis point of view, similarly, we talk about how emotions are tracking these context experiences. So the context is changing, and so does our labels for it, even though the experiences may not be that different. And what's important about the behavior analysis account is when we understand that emotions are not separate from the experience of our context, our ABCs, that we realize we can change emotions by changing the ABCs, by changing the context the animal is experiencing. Now that I think is very empowering. When an animal looks depressed, rather than looking inside the animal's physiology with medicine perhaps, we look outside to see what in the environment is punishing to the animal such that they're feeling that emotion. And then we can change the environment to change the emotion. So you know I'm all over that. I'm all over anything that helps us practically change behavior in practical ways, including emotional behavior.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's what that one's about. Does that give you an inkling, an idea of,